Hi there. I'm going to make a video about replacing the HVAC blower motor on a 2020 Volvo Vnl. I picked this up at the dealer. This was about $200. So we're going to replace it. I've watched some videos online on how to replace one of these on a pre-2017 model. This is a little bit different. Hopefully it might be a little bit easier because the videos that I saw require taking apart the whole passenger side of the dash, so hopefully this will be easier. I am doing this for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. The thing is, mine went out last week. It started working sporadically and eventually making noise and then going out completely. So I'm assuming the motor went out, probably the brushes. I don't know if these can be rebuilt or not, but I'm just going to replace it with a new one. All right, here we go. I'm going to start by removing this grab handle and get it out of the way. It takes a 12 socket. And then there's also one on the bottom. Got a couple star head screws here along the bottom and one here. And then there's clips over here, so I'm assuming if I take this bottom off, that'll be all I need, but we'll see. Might have to peel this carpet back to get to that one in the back. This is a plastic piece, so you can probably just do it by hand. And it looks like that's the only one on the bottom here. Just comes right off. All right, that's the bottom piece. Well, looks like I might have to loosen this or remove it completely. So I'm gonna start with this screw and then the screws up top. So I might have to take the speaker out. I do this kind of setup here. Speaker disconnected. And there's a bolt here that needs to come out. That's a size 10. I thought these didn't have to come out, but they do. I thought that was a bracket that stayed with the piece, but that is attached somewhere. So we're gonna take these 2 screws out. Okay. Might have to remove this tiny tweeter speaker. A bit dusty. I guess I do have to take this whole piece off. I need to get into here. This whole piece needs to come off. There's these clips right here all around that I've got to loosen. I'm gonna try to loosen them without taking this bracket off. Hopefully I can get to there. If not, then I'll have to take this whole bracket off. Well, I'm gonna give it a try. Hard one to get there, way in the back. Got it. Unfortunately, I do have to take this bracket off. That's probably a 10. Yep. There it is. And then here's the blower motor. Let's get this bad boy out. I might have to take the sensor and put it in the new one. Find where this plugs in. Looks like there's a connector back there. It's a bit hard to get that connector loose, but I got it taken off. It's mounted like this with the release button on the bottom. Here's the new one. All right, let's take this sensor out. here's the new one. Alright, just a matter of plugging this back in. Plugs in behind there. I might cut the camera so I can work with both hands. A little bit of advice, since that's where you can see the gray connector plugs in. It's a good idea to unplug this one so it's easier to get into. I should have done this from the very beginning. So now that the fan's plugged in, you can plug this connector back in and start putting things back together. All right, one thing I will do before putting everything together is I'm gonna try to make sure the fan is working. It's in the off position right now. We're gonna see if it comes on. And there it is. Blows nice and well. All right, let's put everything back together. All right, so the fan should just slide right back in. Just like that. Now just a matter of putting all this back together. This might take a minute just to get everything situated back. The wires from the fan need to go into a little special notch there so they don't get pinched. Yeah, this thing is in the way. I would hate to have to take this whole piece apart. This right here is the hardest part of the whole situation. Everything needs to slide in just right. There it is. Well, that's in. Now I gotta go through and put in all of the clips. The way they work is the sharp part hooks, and then this part snaps in. Then we're just gonna slowly reverse everything back. How did that go? If only I could remember. speakers back in. Quick tightening strategy. That's that. Got the screw on the side here. And then we got this one back here. This little plastic piece. Just tighten it by hand. It goes in super easy. Just a matter of putting the grab handle back on. That's where the bottom bolt goes in, and putting back the mat. And that's that. Just like that. So put everything away. Here's the old piece. Doesn't spin very well. I'm seeing some corrosion in there on the shaft. So who knows? Anyway, that was more involved than I thought it would be. I did have to take apart the whole dash, but it did not take as long as I thought it would be. I think I've just done about an hour. Definitely quicker than the people unloading me here, since I'm doing it this on the job. I had to deliver it, and they still haven't even started. So whatever that's worth. Well, I'm gonna get some AC going and see what how that works. So here we go. Working good.